Hey guys, this is Anel. Today I'm bringing you another Superboss one-blade solo, but this time I'm going to be using Brighid. I will be fighting against the level 100 Superboss Orion. Despite his name, Orion is widely considered to be the strongest Superboss in the game. So what makes Orion the strongest Superboss? Well, he's a straight badass for one thing. He's a one-man army who only needs one blade to fight just like us. He seems to have 3 driver arts just like us, and he has access to 3 different blade specials just like us. He can often choose to use his driver arts at any time and can combo these with his blade specials. He also has a strong block rate when using blade specials and an evasion rate that makes Jin look slow. So the reason I'm using Brighid for this solo is because it simply does not seem possible with Mithra. This fight is considered indoors because of the roof, so you don't have access to invincibility frames from your level 4 special. In addition, he can topple and launch you, which makes it impossible to heal up efficiently with critical hit heal. Mithra is not very tanky, so oftentimes as this happens, you are just dead. Now before we move any further, I would just like to say that I am not the originator of the main strategy used in this video. The first person to successfully accomplish this feat of a one-blade solo of this boss as far as I'm aware, as well as the person that generously explained his strategies, is Reddit user Gordo_Ramsey, who just goes by Gordon Ramsay in the Discord server. And this is not the cook as far as I'm aware also. So I forget to detail my equipment and food items at the end of this video, so I will do that now. My accessories on Morag were the Avant-Garde Medal and the Galaxy Cube. Avant-Garde Medal heals for 22% of critical hit damage, and Galaxy Cube gives a 60% chance for each auto attack to attack again. We use auto attacks very frequently in this fight, and this also allows our arts to cool down extremely quick. My food items were Char-Grilled Gumbird and Sky Jewel Tart. These all give art recovery, and Grumbird gives some physical defense as a bonus. My aux cores on Brighid were Reflect Immunity and Ultimate Shield. Reflect Immunity prevents us from dying to his barrier he can activate extremely randomly and extremely fast. Ultimate Shield gives us a 50% chance to completely nullify an attack on block, which is very useful for this fight. The core chip you want to use is either the Tachyon chip or the Dilation chip. Tachyon chip gives a 27% critical hit rate as well as 38% block rate. It also gives 25% extra critical damage as a bonus effect. Dilation chip gives a 58% block rate, which is very useful to keep ourselves safe. I ran Tachyon chip in this video to make the fight go a little bit faster. Now I don't have S+ Brighid in this video, only S rank trust, so this fight could have actually been even faster than this. The main thing is to max your arts and to make sure you have the correct equipment. And with all of that handled, we challenge the noble Gladiator to one-on-one combat because he deserves a true fight for being so powerful instead of a cheap 3-on-1. The general fight strategy for this is to take advantage of the evasion/immunity Judgment he gives us. Judgment is an art that Brighid has that lets us dodge all of his threatening arts and attacks, and with this ability, except for one which I'll explain later. We use our auto attack cooldowns and in general our huge amount of auto attacks in order to get this ability up as fast as possible so we can have it in most situations to dodge everything. We try to keep the level 4 special up as well just in case he launches 2 dangerous moves in a row. With the Avant-Garde Medal, auto attacks are going to be our main source of healing in this video. Brighid has very fast auto attacks on Morag, so combined with the Galaxy Cube, we can hit him for actually quite a lot of damage with auto attacks, which is actually pretty cool because auto attacks are kind of weak in this game. But Galaxy Cube and fast auto attackers like Brighid make them a lot better. So this art he's using right now is called Sword Bite. If it hits you, it will break you and topple you. And his auto attacks also have a launch effect, so that can be really dangerous. So we just use Judgment to dodge that anytime we can. The other move you just saw there, Hazy Moon, it has an effect that will blow you backwards and do damage to you, and it also gives him evasion throughout the entire duration of the art. That other move he just used there is one of his blade specials, Air Slash. That is the only instant kill blade special he has, so you really want to block that one. Sword Dance right here is another blade special, but you can face tank that one. It's not a huge deal if you get hit by it. Overall, the safest way to do this is to just auto attack as much as possible. Sometimes after he uses Sword Bash, I will use Hellfire just because it's a lot of quick extra damage with that top art. So he just became enraged, and when he becomes enraged, all of his normal driver arts become true driver arts, according to the title of them. And he also gains a Ghostwalker effect, which means he gains evasion for a period of time, and After hitting him enough times, this effect eventually disappears. And that true Hazy Moon you just saw is the most annoying ability in the game. Every time he uses it, he's going to back up. So it's not too hard to see coming because he'll just start backing up randomly. That is the art you want to save your level 4 special for if you can, because it's the only thing Judgment can't completely go through. So you need the full duration of immunity from your level 4 special to dodge this. So that true Bard counter you just saw, that's his counter at this stage in the fight. Instead of doing a blowback effect when you attack him, it now just counters the damage completely, which is why we ran Nullify Reflect. It can be very hard to see this coming. And as you just saw there, he backed up and activated True Hazy Moon, so we use our level 4 special. If you do not activate this fast enough, you're going to get blown back before you're able to, so you want to be ready to react to him backing up if you can. In order to get our level 4 special up fast again, we play a little bit greedy here. Anytime he uses Sword Bite, we chain our arts afterwards, because that's the dangerous move we need to avoid. So we use Judgment here, and then we use Hellfire and Radiance. And now we're almost back to level 3, which means we can almost charge up our level 4. But just to be safe, we don't want to use Judgment randomly, so we wait for a situation where we can use our Judgment. And now we're back to level 3 special, which means auto attacks will charge up level 4. In general, you just use your Judgment to dodge everything you can, though. And that was unlucky, my level 4 wasn't up very fast, or I didn't react fast enough. But he's not at the stage of the fight where that's really going to kill you yet, but it's really annoying. That fire field does damage over time, so you want to stay out of it. It's not really that hard to stay out of it, though. And in general, you also want to try to position yourself so your back is to a wall, just in case he activates this and you don't immunity it, because you really don't want to get dodged off the edge. So we dodge Air Slash, because that move will instantly kill you. And overall, most of the fight from the rest of here on out is using Judgment at good times, keeping our level 4 special up so we can dodge True Hazy Moon, and just auto-attacking in the meantime, which will heal us up every time we get a critical hit. Overall, this evasion effect from Judgment is really powerful. It reminds me a lot of Ghostwalker from Xenoblade Chronicles X, which was a really broken ability that allowed a lot of really offensive and glass cannon builds to work. So Brighid having this ability makes her a pretty powerful character for solos like this, because she can just dodge very powerful forms of damage with it. Now I almost die here, that was pretty scary. I get kind of scared, so I use my chain attack for almost guaranteed healing, because I'll probably get a critical hit. Chain attack's another form of immunity. You usually want to keep it up, but if you don't have it up, it's not really a big deal, because you usually have enough immunity to survive anyway. But here's probably a really dangerous part of the fight, because I don't have my level 4 special up, and he hasn't used True Hazy Moon for a while. But we're going to play it safe and wait for his next True Sword Bite before charging up everything else. And now we're going to use Hellfire and Radiance to get that ability up. As you can see, this fight, he'll just dodge a lot of our moves, which can be really annoying, and make the fight last a lot longer, because he has really high evasion rate, in addition to having abilities that give him automatic evasion. Overall, Brighid, or probably any evasion tank, is probably pretty strong for this kind of strategy. They don't kill him as fast as Mithra, obviously, if Mithra could solo, but overall, Brigid's a really good blade, and I would definitely consider her probably top 4 along with Poppy, Cutie Pie, and Zenobia, and Mithra, obviously. So now the fight is basically just playing safe and making sure to keep everything up if I can, and make sure to dodge True Sword Bite. That's the main move you want to dodge, because you do not want to get toppled, because that's just really dangerous in a fight like this. Because oftentimes you can use a Blade Art afterwards and you're just dead at that point. So Rage Cutter's his other blade special that I haven't mentioned. You can face tank it, it's not going to kill you. I don't think it will anyway. But in general you want to dodge it, because that one's more dangerous than Sword Dance, but not quite as dangerous as Air Slash. So as you can see, sometimes when he auto-attacks us, we'll just have complete damage immunity, and this is because of the effect of Ultimate Shield, which is really powerful. We can just hit him through a True Bard counter because of our Reflect immunity as well, which is really nice. Overall, this guy's kind of a badass. He's just sitting on this ledge over here, and he could probably go and solo Jin and Malos in Chapter 7 by himself, but he doesn't seem to give a shit about the world, so he just messes around and does nothing. So there I made a really bad play and didn't dodge True Hazy Moon. That was kind of bad by me. I could have easily done that, but it didn't end up mattering because luckily I didn't die from it because it didn't hit me more than twice. That's another good thing with Morag. You usually have some pretty good room for error just because she's just a really tanky character in general. So every time he activates Enrage, he gains a decoy effect essentially. It's basically like fighting Telethia and X, or basically him using Ghostwalker, which can be really irritating to deal with. But after enough time has passed, or enough, like, you hit him enough times, you'll be fine again. So I'm at pretty low health here, so this is kind of scary. And I'm not really getting healing with my auto attacks, it doesn't look like, so I think I just use my level 4 special here for maximum safety and hope I can tank the next True Hazy Moon, because I'm probably not going to be able to dodge it. Which he uses immediately after I use level 4 special, obviously, because I'm just that lucky. Luckily, our chain attack's almost up for a safety net, and I'm getting some healing with my crits now, so we're fine. And we can easily charge out level 4 special again, since he's not going to use True Hazy Moon for a while. Overall, this setup on Brighid doesn't have a lot of agility, so you don't see me dodging many attacks. It's mostly just made for this fight to tank, but with the right setup on Morag, you can pretty much just never die because you'll dodge almost everything. With the party, she's extremely valuable as a tank character because of this. Tora is also really good too if you spend a lot of time grinding Tiger, but I don't really ever want to do that, so I'm not a huge fan of Tora because of that. And Morag can be just as good, if not better, just because she can dodge everything, which is still just as valuable as anything Tora can do, in my opinion. I think probably optimal party is just Rex, Morag, and Nia, just because you have everything you need: a healer, a tank, and Rex dealing a bunch of damage with Mithra, and what other 2 blades you have on him. Chrome katanas are also really good to have on Brighid. Theory, Percival, and Aegeon are all really good blades. So I don't really see a huge reason to use Tor outside of how fun Poppy Cutie Pie is. She can be set up in some pretty interesting ways. It makes her a really interesting character. I think she has a lot of potential, and I wouldn't be too surprised if she was able to surpass Mithra, in my opinion, as the best blade, but right now I don't really think so, just because she has no real way to refund her arcs, and Mithra just has so much DPS with blade specials, which she can also refund. But ironically, this is something Mithra can't do, which is solo this boss alone. But she more than makes up for it by being the best team play blade as well, just because of how fast she can charge up orbs and how broken her third form is in chain attacks. And just her general DPS in general when you have some other characters tanking for you. So he's almost dead at this point, so the main thing is just trying not to choke like I did in a video yesterday, which I got him to like basically less than 1% health, and then I choked really hard. So right now we got to get through his evasion because he activated Enrage, and once we do that, it's pretty smooth sailing from here on out, because we also have a chain attack, which makes us have maximum safety. And so I do like a bit of this, and we're going to finish this fight off. I think we can pretty safely dodge Rage Cutter here and use a chain attack, and that should end it. Well, we dodged True Sword Bite just to be safe, which is always the safe move. And now we can activate a chain attack and kill him. And that's it. That's a solo of Gladiator Orion, the strongest super boss in the game, in my opinion. Thank you for watching.